A Baltimore City School police officer facing federal charges accused of collecting hundreds of thousands of dollars in fraudulent overtime.
Now, Project Baltimore's Chris Papps is asking who signed off on all those hours. And is the FBI investigation into that officer part of a bigger problem?
Mayor, can we just get a second with you?
Project Baltimore has been trying to get answers about how the city spent your tax dollars during the pandemic.
What's your question there?
We know Baltimore City Schools is currently out nearly $500,000. Money that was paid to school police working overtime at COVID testing sites from July 2020 to July 2021. The school system asked to be reimbursed by the city, but more than 3 years later, that money hasn't been paid back. North Avenue will not tell us why. So we went straight to the mayor.
The $500,000 has not been reimbursed. Can you explain why?
So we'll follow up with you, Chris, on that. We know we work with our school system to make sure that everything happens above reproach and that we're making sure that our money is spent the right way. We'll make sure you get to that information so you get to the truth and you don't have to guess.
The truth could be in documents we requested from city schools, but the district will not release them, citing the ongoing investigation into Lawrence Smith, a longtime city schools police officer and Dunbar head football coach.
You want to say something to your players, Coach?
Lawrence Smith last month was arrested by the FBI, charged with 15 felony counts related to alleged tax evasion and fraudulently obtaining more than $215,000 in overtime from 2019 to 2022. Project Baltimore has obtained 857 of Smith's overtime forms, most of them from the same time period. And what we found raises serious questions about how Smith's overtime was approved. When an officer submits overtime hours, they fill out a form like this, which is signed by the supervisor on duty when the work is completed. The form is then approved by a commanding officer. In some cases, that's the same person who signs off twice. Of the 857 overtime forms we have for Smith, most are signed by multiple supervisors. And the supervisor who signed the most, Lieutenant Danina White.
What I love about my job, I've been with the Board of Education for more than 23 years.
This is White from a 2022 video posted by City Schools when she was promoted to lieutenant.
My vision is one with the 21st century model of cultural transparency and accountability to restore and rebuild the highest levels of public trust.
White signed off on 659 of Smith's 857 overtime forms. Lieutenant Alfonso Small signed off on 462. Lieutenant Thomas Shook approved 162. And Sergeant Tracy Johnson signed 110. In analyzing Smith's overtime forms, we found between August and September of 2020, Smith recorded 300 hours of overtime over 6 weeks. If you add that to his normal work week, Smith says he was at work an average of nearly 13 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 42 straight days. A feat he nearly repeated the following year in 2021, when he logged 297 hours of overtime over a 6-week period between June and July. 13 hours of work every day for 42 straight days. That seems like it should raise some red flags. But Smith's overtime forms were approved by his supervisors. Had City Schools just gone to his Facebook page like we did, they would have seen multiple examples where Smith claimed to be working when it appears he was doing something else, like on vacation in Michigan or watching a soccer practice on an athletic field.
Who do you want to talk to?
Anyone who would talk to me.
How are you?
I'm well.
Good.
I mean,
Not right now. Not right now.
This could all be avoided if Dr. Santalisas would just give us 3 minutes. 3 minutes is all I need.
Go to the statement we gave you, because that's why we answered those questions in the statement.
But you don't answer the question.
For more than a year, Project Baltimore has tried to speak with City Schools leadership about the investigation into Smith and the approval process for school police overtime. Should the supervisors who approved the allegedly fraudulent overtime also be held accountable? And is all of this related to nearly $500,000 in school police overtime that Baltimore City has yet to pay back? The school district won't tell us, but the mayor said he'll get us an answer.
We'll contact you, don't worry.
You'll contact us?
Yes, sir, we'll contact you direct.
I'm Chris Pabst. Thanks for watching. Here's another story to watch. Also, if you have a story idea, please send us a message.